In life, we all encounter moments that challenge our peace of mind. A harsh word, an unkind gesture, they hit us like a splash of cold water, making the day feel a little darker. But what if I told you that the power to rise above these challenges lies within you? Dealing with toxic people is something we all face. Yet, how we choose to respond can completely change the dynamics. It's not about what they do to us, but how we handle it. Welcome to Stoic Teachings today. In today's video, we explore how Stoic wisdom can help us navigate these difficult moments. We'll uncover key strategies for building emotional resilience, setting boundaries, and maintaining your inner peace. Through the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius, we'll learn how to see the negativity of others not as a reflection of ourselves, but as a mirror to their own struggles. You'll discover how to create space for personal growth, how to protect your energy from toxic influences, and how to stay focused on what truly matters. By the end of this video, you'll not only have the tools to handle toxic people with grace, but also the strength to turn these challenges into opportunities for self-reflection and growth. So join me as we dive into the world of Stoic philosophy and learn how to master the art of dealing with toxic people. Together, let's transform these moments into stepping stones towards a more peaceful, purposeful life. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Number 1. Self-awareness, the key to navigating toxicity with clarity. In a world where toxic people can easily push our buttons, one of the most empowering Stoic practices is self-awareness. It is the foundation upon which all other Stoic virtues stand. Understanding our own reactions and boundaries enables us to respond to negativity rather than simply reacting to it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom highlights the crucial Stoic insight that our internal world, our reactions, are within our control, even when we can't control the actions of others. The essence of self-awareness lies in recognizing our own triggers and cultivating the ability to respond from a place of calm, not from impulse or emotion. When dealing with toxic people, the key is not to absorb their negativity, but to maintain an inner fortress of self-knowledge. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus also teaches us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In moments of confrontation with toxicity, we must pause and assess our emotional state. Are we allowing someone else's actions to define our day? Or can we recognize their behavior as a reflection of their struggles, rather than a personal attack on our worth? The practical application of this is simple yet powerful. Start by recognizing the moments when you feel triggered. Take a step back. Ask yourself, why does this bother me? What can I learn from this interaction? These questions are not about excusing others' behavior, but about reinforcing your own mental fortitude. Each time you pause and reflect, you strengthen your ability to navigate toxic interactions without losing your peace. This is where the real transformation begins. As you become more self-aware, you'll start to see that the toxic people around you no longer hold the power to disturb your inner calm. You can engage with them, or even choose to disengage, but always with the knowledge that your peace is something no one can take from you without your consent. By practicing self-awareness, you empower yourself to stay grounded when others try to destabilize you. And in doing so, you create the foundation for the next Stoic principle: forgiveness and memory. Actionable steps. 1. Identify triggers. Pay attention to moments when you feel emotional turmoil or frustration. What sparked these reactions? 2. Pause and reflect. In the face of negativity, take a deep breath and pause. Ask yourself what this moment can teach you. 3. Set boundaries. Recognize when it's time to distance yourself emotionally from toxic people. Your boundaries are vital to maintaining peace. 4. Practice daily. Make self-awareness a habit. Regularly check in with your emotional state, especially in challenging situations. By integrating self-awareness into your daily life, you build the resilience needed to not only deal with toxic people, but to thrive despite their presence. Number 2. Forgiveness and memory. Transforming toxicity into growth. When dealing with toxic people, one of the most powerful Stoic practices you can adopt is forgiveness. Not forgiveness in the sense of condoning harmful behavior, but forgiveness as a tool for freeing yourself from the weight of resentment and emotional baggage. This practice, when combined with memory, helps us navigate the complexities of human relationships with wisdom and grace. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This quote speaks to the Stoic idea that forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about liberating ourselves from the emotional chains that hold us in place. The true strength lies in our ability to rise above the negativity of others and to let go of the grudges that poison our minds. Forgiveness, as Marcus suggests, isn't an act of weakness. Rather, it is an expression of personal power. It is about choosing to move forward, refusing to be defined by the hurtful actions of others. Similarly, Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This reinforces the idea that by choosing forgiveness, we take control of how we allow toxic people to affect us. Memory, on the other hand, serves as our guide in this journey. It allows us to learn from our encounters with toxicity, turning every painful interaction into a lesson that strengthens us. Our past experiences with toxic individuals don't have to be burdens we carry. Instead, they can become beacons, illuminating the way forward and helping us avoid the same pitfalls in future relationships. In modern life, dealing with toxic people often means not letting them take up precious space in our minds or hearts. Practicing forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing their actions. It means choosing not to let their negativity linger within us. By remembering the lessons we've learned, we can protect ourselves from repeating past mistakes and cultivate healthier, more meaningful connections. As you begin to practice forgiveness, you'll notice that you not only release the grip of toxic people on your peace, but you also gain clarity and strength. The more you forgive, the more you empower yourself to be the architect of your own well-being, unaffected by the storms of negativity around you. This connection between forgiveness and memory leads us naturally to the next principle in Stoic philosophy: emotional stability. Actionable steps. 1. Reflect on past experiences. Think of moments where toxic individuals have affected you. What did you learn from them? How can you grow from these encounters? 2. Choose forgiveness. Consciously decide to let go of resentment. Recognize that holding on to anger only harms your peace. 3. Strengthen your memory. Keep a mental or written record of lessons learned from dealing with toxic people. Let these memories guide your future actions. 4. Move forward with clarity. Use forgiveness and memory to make empowered choices in your relationships, ensuring they align with your personal growth. By applying these principles of forgiveness and memory, you'll transform the way you deal with toxic people, turning every challenge into an opportunity for inner strength and personal evolution. Number 3, emotional stability. Cultivating calm in the storm of toxicity. One of the most profound aspects of Stoic philosophy is the cultivation of emotional stability. In the face of toxic people and their disruptive behaviors, it is our emotional response that shapes our experience, not the external events themselves. Stoicism teaches us that true peace comes from within, and it is this inner peace that allows us to navigate the chaos of life with clarity and composure. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, offers us this powerful reminder: we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. When dealing with toxic people, this insight is especially crucial. The challenge is not the negativity others throw at us, but how we choose to internalize it. Our emotional stability lies in our ability to pause, breathe, and respond from a place of calm, rather than reacting impulsively to the storms around us. In a world filled with toxic influences, emotional stability becomes our anchor. Marcus Aurelius further teaches, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By practicing mindfulness and detaching from the emotional turbulence of toxic people, we begin to see that their behavior is not a reflection of us. Instead, it is a reflection of their own struggles and insecurities. This shift in perspective helps us maintain our peace, regardless of external disturbances. To apply this Stoic principle in our modern lives, we must first recognize that our emotional reactions are within our control. When faced with toxicity, we can choose to disengage emotionally. Mindfulness is a key tool in this process, allowing us to observe the negativity without being swept away by it. Much like a tree standing firm in the wind, we learn to bend with the storm without breaking. We acknowledge the storm's presence, but we do not allow it to uproot us. By embracing emotional stability, we not only protect our inner peace, but we also strengthen our ability to respond thoughtfully to toxic people. This foundation of calm leads us naturally to the next Stoic principle: setting boundaries. Actionable steps. 1. Practice mindfulness. In moments of tension with toxic individuals, take a deep breath, pause before reacting. This space gives you the opportunity to respond with intention, not impulse. 2. Detach from external drama. Remind yourself that you cannot control others, but you can control how you react. Choose to remain grounded in your peace. 3. Shift focus. Rather than getting caught up in the negativity around you, focus on how you will preserve your calm and respond with rationality. 4. Reaffirm your inner strength. Regularly reflect on your inner resilience. Remind yourself that emotional stability is a practice, not a destination. By practicing emotional stability, we fortify our ability to deal with toxic people, maintaining our peace, and remaining true to our values. This steady inner strength enables us to move on to the next Stoic practice: setting boundaries. Number 4. Setting boundaries. Guarding your peace with wisdom. In our journey of dealing with toxic people, one of the most important tools at our disposal is the ability to set boundaries. The Stoic principle of setting boundaries isn't about building walls of anger or resentment, but about calmly defining where our energy goes and where it doesn't. It's about creating space for ourselves while respecting others' place in our lives, all while maintaining our peace. Seneca, in his letters to Lucilius, wisely said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This is the essence of boundary setting, recognizing that our peace is ours to protect, and that by managing where we invest our energy, we are safeguarding our freedom. Boundaries are not walls that separate us from others, but rather guidelines that protect our inner world from the toxic energy around us. In a world filled with distractions, demands, and toxic influences, it is easy to give away our energy without realizing it. Stoicism teaches us that not every interaction deserves our attention or emotional investment. Just as ancient Stoics built fortresses in their minds to withstand the storms of life, we too must create boundaries to preserve our emotional integrity. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By setting clear boundaries, we are not surrendering to others' toxic behaviors. Rather, we are asserting control over how we respond. We choose where we invest our time and energy, ensuring that we engage with the world in a way that aligns with our values and well-being. In the modern world, setting boundaries can be as simple as saying no to unnecessary conflict, limiting the time spent with toxic individuals, or being clear about what behavior you will and will not tolerate. When we practice boundary setting, we stop allowing toxic people to drain our energy and instead direct that energy toward the things that matter most: our personal growth, our relationships, and our peace. Setting boundaries helps us maintain our emotional stability, as it reinforces our ability to choose how we respond to the world around us. It is a natural extension of the self-awareness and forgiveness we've already cultivated, ensuring that we remain strong and unwavering, no matter the external forces at play. This practice of guarding our peace becomes the foundation for the next Stoic principle: energy intelligence. Actionable steps. 1. Identify your limits. Reflect on the relationships or situations that drain your energy. What are your limits? What behaviors will you no longer tolerate? 2. Communicate calmly. Setting boundaries is not about aggression, but about clear communication. Let others know where you draw the line, but do so from a place of respect and calm. 3. Prioritize your peace. Recognize that your time and energy are finite resources. Invest them wisely in people and activities that align with your values. 4. Practice consistently. Make boundary setting a daily practice. Start small by asserting your needs in minor situations and build up to more challenging ones. By setting boundaries, we protect our peace and ensure that we are not overextended by toxic people. This foundation of clarity and strength allows us to move forward with a clear sense of direction as we move into the next Stoic practice, energy intelligence. Number 5. Energy intelligence. Mastering your inner resilience. When dealing with toxic people, one of the most vital tools we possess is the ability to manage our energy. This is what we call energy intelligence. In Stoic philosophy, this concept is not just about self-control, but about cultivating a space around us that preserves our peace and shields us from external disturbances. It's about consciously choosing where to direct our attention, and more importantly, where not to let our energy flow. Seneca wisely said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." In the context of dealing with toxic people, this statement teaches us the profound lesson that our energy is limited. We must be intentional with it. Toxic people often drain our energy without us even realizing it, and unless we are mindful of how we engage with them, we risk losing the valuable resource that is our mental and emotional strength. Energy intelligence involves recognizing that we hold the power to decide how we react to the external chaos around us. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This ability to control how we respond to toxic individuals is the cornerstone of energy intelligence. It is not about avoiding conflict or negative situations, but rather about learning to manage them in a way that protects our peace and well-being. In today's fast-paced world, energy intelligence is more important than ever. We are constantly bombarded by external noise, from social media to the toxic people in our lives. The key is not to absorb this negativity, but to filter it out and focus on what is within our control. Just as a tree stands firm against the wind, swaying but not breaking, we can choose to bend with the chaos of life without letting it uproot us. By cultivating this inner resilience, we preserve our energy for what truly matters. Energy intelligence also means knowing when to disengage from people or situations that drain us. It's not about confrontation or avoidance, but about choosing to protect our peace. This practice, rooted in Stoic wisdom, allows us to respond thoughtfully to toxic behavior rather than reacting impulsively. The more we practice energy intelligence, the more we learn to manage our reactions and our focus, allowing us to maintain emotional balance regardless of external circumstances. The application of this principle leads us naturally to the next Stoic practice, focusing on our goals. Actionable steps. 1. Recognize energy drainers. Identify people or situations that drain your energy. Pay attention to how they make you feel, and recognize when they are taking up too much of your mental space. 2. Set emotional boundaries. Make a conscious decision to protect your energy. Limit the time and emotional investment you give to toxic people. 3. Pause before reacting. In moments of conflict or negativity, take a moment to breathe. Don't immediately react. Pause and choose a response that aligns with your values and peace. 4. Focus on what you can control. Shift your focus away from external drama. Put your energy into what you can control, such as your thoughts, your actions, and your goals. By mastering energy intelligence, we learn to protect our peace from the drain of toxic people and external chaos. This empowered resilience provides us with the strength to stay focused on our journey, leading us seamlessly to the next Stoic principle, focusing on our goals. Number 6. Focus on goals. Staying true to your path despite the noise. In the midst of dealing with toxic people and external negativity, one of the most powerful practices in Stoic philosophy is to keep our focus on our goals. The Stoics teach us that the key to living a fulfilling life is not in avoiding obstacles, but in continuing to move forward despite them. By staying focused on what truly matters, we can protect our energy and navigate life's challenges with purpose. As Epictetus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In this context, when we encounter toxic people or situations, it is essential to recognize that our reaction is within our control. Our goals, our personal growth, and our journey towards self-improvement are not dictated by the negativity around us. They are determined by the choices we make in the face of adversity. The connection between energy intelligence and focusing on goals is clear. When we master energy intelligence, we learn to protect our peace and avoid being consumed by the distractions and negativity of others. With this clarity, we can direct our energy toward our goals, whether they are personal, professional, or spiritual, and stay focused on the path that aligns with our values. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us, don't waste time on what you can't control. This is a crucial piece of wisdom. When dealing with toxic people, it's easy to get caught up in their behavior, trying to change them or get their approval. But Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions, our responses, and our goals. By staying true to our path, we not only protect our mental and emotional well-being, but we also build resilience and clarity that propels us forward. In the modern world, distractions are everywhere. From the opinions of others to the overwhelming noise of daily life, it can be challenging to maintain focus. But Stoicism provides us with the tools to cut through the noise and stay true to what matters most. By consistently realigning our attention with our goals, we can create a life that reflects our values, rather than the fleeting whims of external circumstances. When we focus on our goals, we cultivate a sense of purpose that shields us from toxic influences. This focus leads to a life that is guided by intention, not reaction, and helps us build the resilience necessary to handle any challenge that comes our way. This practice of staying focused on our goals seamlessly leads us to the next Stoic principle: seeking support. Actionable steps. 1. Clarify your goals. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your long-term goals? What is the legacy you want to build? 2. Prioritize your energy. Direct your energy toward your goals and limit your emotional investment in distractions or toxic influences. 3. Stay detached from drama. When faced with toxic people or situations, remind yourself that their actions don't need to derail your progress. Stay focused on your path. 4. Track your progress. Set small milestones along your journey toward your goals. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how small. By staying focused on our goals, we create a life that is grounded in purpose and resilience. This clarity strengthens our ability to deal with toxic people, ensuring that we remain true to ourselves. As we continue on this path, we will find that seeking support becomes an essential next step in our growth and well-being. Number 7. Seeking support. The strength of wisdom in adversity. In our journey of dealing with toxic people, it's easy to feel like we must handle everything alone. Stoicism teaches us, however, that strength doesn't always come from solitude, but from knowing when to seek support. The Stoic practice of seeking wise counsel and surrounding ourselves with understanding individuals is essential for maintaining our inner peace and navigating life's challenges with grace. Epictetus, in his discourses, reminds us, we are not meant to live in isolation, nor are we meant to face every battle alone. This insight underscores the Stoic understanding that while we must rely on our own virtues to navigate adversity, we are also part of a larger community. Seeking support is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of wisdom. By engaging with others who can offer perspective, we broaden our understanding and find strength in shared experience. This is where the practice of seeking support intersects with the earlier Stoic principles of emotional stability and setting boundaries. When we practice emotional stability, we cultivate the strength to manage our own reactions. But when we face toxic individuals, seeking support allows us to gain perspective, step back, and reflect on our responses. It helps us stay grounded and maintain clarity in moments of uncertainty or overwhelm. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, states, "When you are troubled by the actions of others, remember that you too are part of the same community. Seek understanding, not judgment." This is crucial when dealing with toxic people. Rather than allowing their behavior to consume us, we can find strength by seeking advice from those who have walked a similar path. Whether it's a trusted friend, a mentor, or a community, seeking support helps us see the bigger picture and move forward with wisdom. In the modern world, seeking support can come in many forms. It could be engaging in thoughtful conversation with a mentor, seeking counsel from a therapist, or simply finding like-minded individuals who share your values and offer encouragement. Stoicism doesn't teach us to isolate ourselves, but to surround ourselves with individuals who reinforce our principles, helping us stay on course. By seeking support, we not only gain perspective but also reinforce our emotional resilience. We learn that we don't have to fight our battles alone, and that wisdom from others can illuminate our path forward. This strengthens our ability to deal with toxic people with greater clarity, compassion, and understanding, leading us naturally to the next Stoic practice, controlling negative self-talk. Actionable steps. 1. Identify your support network. Reflect on the individuals who lift you up and help you maintain perspective. Who can you turn to for wise counsel in difficult times? 2. Reach out when needed. Don't wait until you're overwhelmed. Seek support proactively, whether through conversations with trusted friends or professional guidance. 3. Embrace collaborative growth. Understand that by seeking support, you're not weakening yourself. You're tapping into the collective wisdom of others, allowing you to grow stronger. 4. Offer support to others. Just as you seek support, be open to offering it in return. This creates a community of strength and understanding. By embracing the Stoic practice of seeking support, we find the strength to handle toxic people and difficult situations with wisdom and grace. This not only protects our peace, but also fosters personal growth. As we continue this journey, we can now move into the practice of controlling negative self-talk, reinforcing our inner fortitude and resilience. Number 8. Control of negative self-talk. Mastering your inner dialogue. As we journey through life and deal with toxic people, one of the most subtle yet powerful forces that can shape our experience is the voice in our own minds. Negative self-talk can distort our perception of ourselves and the world around us, making us more vulnerable to the toxicity of others. The Stoic approach to dealing with this inner dialogue is rooted in awareness, control, and the understanding that our thoughts are within our power to shape. Seneca offers us this profound wisdom. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This statement reflects the Stoic view that our internal narratives often exacerbate our external challenges. When we face toxic people, our minds tend to magnify their impact, replaying their words or actions and leading us to feel defeated or small. But Stoicism teaches us that these thoughts, like all things external, are within our control. We do not have to accept them as truths. Marcus Aurelius echoes this idea in his Meditations. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Here he reminds us that our mental landscape is a direct reflection of our inner strength. When we allow negative thoughts to dominate, we give away our power. But by consciously choosing to reframe these thoughts, we regain control over our emotional responses. In practical terms, controlling negative self-talk when dealing with toxic people means recognizing when our minds are starting to spiral into negativity. Perhaps someone has made a harsh comment or dismissed us, and we find ourselves replaying those words over and over. Instead of letting these thoughts fester, we can interrupt the pattern by asking ourselves, is this thought helping me? What can I learn from this experience? And how can I grow stronger from it? This practice of questioning our thoughts allows us to turn negativity into an opportunity for growth. By taking control of our internal dialogue, we create space for more rational, empowering thoughts. This leads us to a clearer mind and the ability to respond to toxic people from a place of strength, rather than reacting impulsively or with self-doubt. The benefit of mastering our inner dialogue is profound. When we no longer allow negative self-talk to dictate our emotions, we strengthen our ability to face external challenges with a calm and resilient mind. This mental discipline, built upon the Stoic principles of awareness and control, prepares us for the next step in our journey, adopting a solution-oriented approach. Actionable steps. 1. Recognize negative patterns. Pay attention to moments when negative self-talk arises. Are you magnifying the impact of toxic people's actions in your mind? 2. Challenge your thoughts. Ask yourself whether the thoughts you're having are constructive or damaging. Reframe negative thoughts to focus on growth and learning. 3. Practice self-compassion. Understand that everyone faces challenges, including toxic people. Be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. And remember that your worth is not defined by others' negativity. 4. Use affirmations. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations that reinforce your self-worth and resilience. Remind yourself that you have control over how you respond. By gaining mastery over our self-talk, we empower ourselves to deal with toxic people with greater clarity and strength. This practice allows us to remain steadfast in our pursuit of growth, leading us to the next Stoic principle: adopting a solution-oriented mindset. Number 9. Solution-oriented approach, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. In the face of toxic people, it's easy to get caught in the cycle of frustration, anger, or resentment. However, Stoicism teaches us that the key to navigating such challenges lies not in dwelling on the problem, but in focusing on finding solutions. A solution-oriented mindset empowers us to see adversity not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to cultivate our virtues, develop our character, and move closer to our goals. Epictetus offers profound guidance here. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In other words, we cannot always control the behavior of toxic people, but we can choose how we respond. A solution-oriented approach is not about ignoring the toxicity or pretending it doesn't affect us. It's about refusing to let it derail our inner peace or our progress. Instead, we focus on constructive ways to address the situation, ensuring that we remain in control of our reactions and our emotional energy. This perspective naturally follows from our previous discussion on controlling negative self-talk. When we manage our internal dialogue and avoid ruminating on negative interactions, we free ourselves to focus on practical solutions. Whether it's setting clearer boundaries, adjusting our responses, or even distancing ourselves from toxic individuals, a solution-oriented approach helps us stay grounded and aligned with our goals. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This encapsulates the Stoic view that obstacles are not things to avoid, but challenges to overcome. Each encounter with negativity presents an opportunity to apply our Stoic practices, whether it's exercising patience, practicing empathy, or reinforcing our boundaries. By embracing these challenges, we turn them into stepping stones on the path to personal growth. In the modern world, this Stoic mindset is incredibly valuable when dealing with toxic people. Instead of getting stuck in the drama or frustration, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow stronger from this encounter? These questions shift our focus from the negativity of others to the possibility of personal transformation. The benefit of adopting a solution-oriented mindset is that we begin to take ownership of our reactions and the outcomes in our lives. Rather than being passive victims of others' toxicity, we become active participants in shaping our own peace and progress. This shift in mindset allows us to maintain our focus on what truly matters: our goals, our values, and our growth. This practice of focusing on solutions sets the stage for the next Stoic principle: avoiding unnecessary arguments. Actionable steps. 1. Shift focus to solutions. When dealing with toxic people, ask yourself, what can I do to resolve this or move past it? Shift away from the problem and focus on what you can control. 2. Develop emotional resilience. Strengthen your ability to detach from the negativity. Recognize that toxic behavior is a reflection of the other person, not a judgment on your worth. 3. Take constructive action. Whether it's setting boundaries or choosing to disengage, take steps that protect your peace while addressing the situation. 4. Reflect and learn. After challenging encounters, reflect on how you handled the situation. What worked well? What could you improve? This reflection strengthens your ability to face future challenges with wisdom. By adopting a solution-oriented approach, we not only empower ourselves to handle toxic people effectively, but also transform each challenge into an opportunity for growth. This mindset fosters resilience and clarity, paving the way for us to embrace the next Stoic principle: avoiding unnecessary arguments. Number 10. Avoiding unnecessary arguments, choosing peace over confrontation. In our journey of dealing with toxic people, one of the most effective Stoic strategies is avoiding unnecessary arguments. The Stoics teach us that we cannot control others, but we can control how we respond to them. Engaging in arguments with toxic individuals rarely leads to positive outcomes. Instead, it drains our energy and distracts us from our greater purpose. By choosing not to engage in every argument, we preserve our peace and protect our focus on what truly matters. Epictetus offers valuable wisdom. It is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. This powerful insight reminds us that arguments often stem not from the actual issue, but from our own perceptions and reactions. When dealing with toxic people, it's easy to be drawn into their negativity, but Stoicism teaches us that the key to maintaining our peace is to disengage from unproductive conflict. Marcus Aurelius echoes this in his Meditations. If someone is able to show me that I do not think or act correctly, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. Here, Marcus emphasizes the importance of seeking truth over winning a fight. Arguments often serve no greater purpose than to prove a point, rather than reach a deeper understanding. In dealing with toxic people, we must ask ourselves whether engaging in an argument will bring us closer to our goals, or whether it will simply fuel more negativity. In modern life, avoiding unnecessary arguments means resisting the urge to respond to every criticism or provocation. It requires wisdom to recognize when silence is the most powerful response. This doesn't mean we should suppress our opinions or avoid standing up for ourselves, but rather that we choose our battles wisely. The energy spent in a pointless argument is energy lost that could otherwise be invested in personal growth, meaningful relationships, or pursuing our goals. The benefit of this Stoic practice is clear. By avoiding unnecessary arguments, we save our energy for what truly matters. We prevent ourselves from being pulled into the toxic dynamics of others, and we retain the mental clarity needed to stay focused on our path. This focus leads naturally to the next Stoic principle, the detection of false cordiality. Actionable steps 1. Recognize the trigger. When confronted by toxic individuals, pause before reacting. Is this argument worth your time and energy? What will you gain from engaging? 2. Choose silence wisely. Sometimes the best response is no response. Practice restraint and only engage in conversations where you can contribute positively. 3. Focus on what you can control. Rather than getting lost in conflict, focus on your own actions and responses. Maintain your composure and stick to your principles. 4. Reflect on past arguments. After an argument, reflect on the outcome. Did it bring you peace or escalate the situation? Use this reflection to guide future decisions. By choosing to avoid unnecessary arguments, we not only protect our peace, but we also allow ourselves to focus on what truly matters, our personal growth and the pursuit of our goals. This wisdom prepares us for the next Stoic principle, detecting false cordiality and navigating relationships with authenticity. Number 11. Detection of false cordiality, recognizing the mask behind the smile. In the process of dealing with toxic people, one of the most crucial skills we can develop is the ability to detect false cordiality. This is the ability to recognize when someone's outward friendliness masks underlying motives. Stoic philosophy teaches us to look beyond the surface and discern the true nature of interactions. This awareness helps us navigate relationships with authenticity and wisdom, ensuring we don't allow ourselves to be deceived or manipulated by insincerity. Seneca once said, "A friend is someone who is kind to you, not only when you are good, but when you need it most." This profound insight speaks to the Stoic understanding that true kindness is not transactional or conditional. False cordiality, on the other hand, thrives on appearances and manipulates our emotions for ulterior motives. Toxic people may act friendly, but their behavior often carries hidden agendas, seeking to control or exploit us without our awareness. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. By applying this principle, we can cultivate the awareness to detect false cordiality without judging others hastily. We learn to assess people's actions, not just their words or outward gestures, allowing us to see their true intentions. Recognizing false cordiality isn't about being cynical or distrustful, but about being discerning and guarding our peace with wisdom. In practical terms, detecting false cordiality requires us to observe the consistency between a person's words and their actions. Does their behavior align with their friendly demeanor, or do we find discrepancies? In modern life, toxic people often use charm as a disguise to mask their manipulative behavior. By practicing Stoic mindfulness, we can stay vigilant and avoid being swept into false pretenses. This skill helps us make wiser decisions about whom to engage with and how to protect ourselves from harmful influences. The benefit of detecting false cordiality is clear. We preserve our emotional energy by not allowing toxic individuals to manipulate our perceptions or exploit our trust. This awareness strengthens our ability to maintain boundaries and engage with others authentically. It also prepares us to move on to the next Stoic principle, safeguarding our peace by embracing authenticity. Actionable steps. 1. Observe consistency. Pay attention to whether people's actions match their words. Do they behave in a way that aligns with their supposed friendliness? 2. Trust your intuition. If something feels off, trust your instincts. Don't ignore subtle cues of insincerity, such as forced smiles or overly flattering comments. 3. Set clear boundaries. Once you detect false cordiality, calmly establish boundaries. You don't need to confront people, but you do need to protect your peace. 4. Reflect on past encounters. Think back to situations where you were deceived by someone's false friendliness. What did you miss? Use this insight to refine your discernment moving forward. By developing the ability to detect false cordiality, we protect ourselves from toxic people who disguise their intentions. This awareness enables us to engage with others more thoughtfully and ensures we maintain our peace. This sets the stage for the next Stoic practice, embracing authenticity in our relationships and interactions. Today, we've explored powerful Stoic principles for dealing with toxic people and how applying these teachings can transform the way we interact with negativity. By focusing on self-awareness, forgiveness, emotional stability, and setting boundaries, we can navigate the challenges of toxic relationships with grace and clarity. Remember, the essence of Stoic wisdom lies not in trying to control others, but in mastering our responses to them. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When dealing with toxic people, this reminds us that we always have control over how we choose to react. By practicing emotional resilience and a solution-oriented mindset, we strengthen our inner peace and protect our energy. The benefits are clear. By embracing Stoic principles, you gain the ability to turn every challenge into an opportunity for personal growth. You no longer allow toxic people to control your emotions or disrupt your peace. Instead, you move forward with purpose, clarity, and resilience. As you continue on your journey, I encourage you to practice these Stoic teachings in your daily life. Recognize when your peace is at risk and use the tools of Stoicism to maintain your calm. Set boundaries, embrace forgiveness, and focus on solutions, not problems. Dealing with toxic people becomes less about fighting and more about strengthening your own inner fortress. The more you practice Stoicism, the more you'll notice its transformative effect on your relationships, your peace of mind, and your personal growth. If this video has resonated with you, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to Stoic Teachings today. Share your thoughts and experiences with Stoic philosophy, and let's continue growing together in wisdom. Stay focused, stay resilient, and remember, the journey towards inner peace is a choice you can make every day.